All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma and with me is Saira Mujtaba. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches 64,000 crore rupees mega health infrastructure mission. Also inaugurates 9 medical colleges in Uttar Pradesh. Home Minister Amit Shah extends his Jammu and Kashmir visit and spends night in CRPF camp at Letpora in Pulwama. Says he will talk to the youth of Kashmir and not Pakistan. India's defence exports grow by 334% in last 5 years. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says India is ready to meet defence requirements of other countries. India's vaccination coverage crosses 102 crore 96 lakh mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.18%. Uttar Pradesh becomes first state to fully vaccinate 3 crore people against coronavirus. Southwest monsoon withdraws from the entire country. IMD terms it 7th most delayed withdrawal since 1975. Developed countries push $100 billion climate finance target deadline to 2023. And in cricket, Afghanistan thrashed Scotland by 130 runs in their debut match of T20 World Cup. As India created history by administering 100 crore doses of vaccine against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the doctors, nurses, other frontline workers and all those who got vaccinated and made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news since the 16th of August and will continue till 15th of August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Recalling our yesterday's question, who is the first recipient of the Paramveer Chakra, the highest Indian gallantry award? The correct answer is Major Somnath Sharma. He was awarded the medal posthumously for his bravery in the Kashmir operations in November 1947. He died while evicting Pakistani infiltrators and raiders from Srinagar airport during the Indo-Pak War of 1947-48. AIR News got an overwhelming response from its listeners across the world, and the one lucky winner of the quiz is S.G. Abhirami from Podikonam, Tiruvananthapuram, Kerala.
Hello everyone, I am Abhirami S.G. from Kerala. I am a 12th standard student in GMG HSS Pattam, Tiruvananthapuram. I am so happy that I was selected as the winner of yesterday's quiz. I am thanking All India Radio News for conducting quizzes and encouraging us to participate. I am a permanent listener of All India Radio News. AIR News helps to keep me informed of changing events and issues in India and world outside. Do participate in the quiz and be a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
And now, coming to our 22nd question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz in English. As per the Flag Code of India, what is the ratio of the length to width of our flag? Let me repeat the question. As per the Flag Code of India, what is the ratio of the length to width of our flag? Listeners can send their responses to the question over WhatsApp on 8826 8826546262. Let me repeat, 8826546262, or through email on Amrit Mahotsav quiz at prasarbharati.gov.in. That is Amrit Mahotsav quiz at prasarbharati.gov.in. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the PM Ayushman Bharat Infrastructure Mission from Varanasi with a total outlay of 64,180 crore rupees. Addressing a public meeting at Mehdiganj in Varanasi yesterday after launching the scheme nationwide, Mr. Modi said the PM Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission aims to strengthen the critical healthcare network from village to block to the district to the regional and national level in the next 4 to 5 years.
भविष्य में किसी भी महामारी से निपटने में हम तैयार हो, सक्षम हो, इसके लिए अपने हेल्थ सिस्टम को आज तैयार किया जा रहा है। कोशिश ये भी है कि बीमारी जल्दी पकड़ में आए, जांच में देरी ना हो। लक्ष्य ये है कि आने वाले 4-5 सालों में देश के गांव से लेकर ब्लॉक, जिला, रीजनल और नेशनल लेवल तक क्रिटिकल हेल्थ केयर नेटवर्क को सशक्त किया जाए।
The Prime Minister said, under this mission, his government will develop the network of treatment and critical care units in every nook and corner of the country with an aggressive approach. He said it will work to provide affordable, accessible and cheap holistic health care facilities in the country. The Prime Minister said, through PM Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, an entire ecosystem for services for treatment to critical research will be created in every nook and corner of the country. The Prime Minister said, under this mission, health and wellness centers will be opened in villages and cities, and facilities like free medical consultation, free tests, free medicine will be provided in these centers.
आयुष्मान भारत हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिशन के 3 बड़े पहलू हैं। पहला, डायग्नोस्टिक और ट्रीटमेंट के लिए विस्तृत सुविधाओं के निर्माण से जुड़ा है। इसके तहत गांवों और शहरों में हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर खोले जा रहे हैं, जहां बीमारियों को शुरुआत में ही डिटेक्ट करने की सुविधा होगी। इन सेंटरों में फ्री मेडिकल कंसल्टेशन, फ्री टेस्ट, फ्री दवा, ऐसी सुविधाएं भी मिलेगी।
Home Minister Amit Shah extended his 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir and stayed in the CRPF camp at Letpura in Pulwama last night. Addressing the security personnel at the camp, Mr. Shah said he wanted to spend one night with the Jawans and understand their problems. He expressed his gratitude to the CRPF and other security forces for ensuring that there was no bloodshed after Article 370 was revoked in August 2019. Mr. Shah said it was because of alertness of 28,000 Jawans and JNK policemen that no blood was shed and a new era of development was started in Kashmir. Home Minister categorically stated that the Modi government has a zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism as it is against humanity.
आज पत्थरबाजी की घटनाओं में भी बहुत कमी आई, मगर मैं आज आपको कहना चाहता हूँ कि इससे हमें संतुष्ट होने की जरूरत है। 30 नागरिकों की भी जान क्यों जाए? आतंकवाद के प्रति इसके विरोध में नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार की जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति है, हम इसको सहन ही नहीं कर सकते। ये मानवता के खिलाफ, और जो लोग इस गतिविधि में लिप्त हैं वो जघन्य कृत्य करते हैं, और उससे आम जनता को बचाना, कश्मीर को बचाना और उनको सुरक्षित रखना हमारी प्राथमिकता होनी चाहिए।
Mr. Shah lashed out at the National Conference Chief, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, for advocating dialogue with Pakistan and said we will talk to the youth of Kashmir and not Pakistan.
मैं आपके साथ मन खोलकर बात करना चाहता हूं, इसीलिए ना बुलेट प्रूफ है, ना कोई सिक्योरिटी है, मैं आपके सामने ऐसे ही खड़ा हूं। मित्रों, मैंने अखबार में देखा फारूक साहब ने मुझे सलाह दी है कि भारत सरकार पाकिस्तान से बातचीत करे। अब खैर बड़े अनुभवी व्यक्ति है, मुख्यमंत्री रहे सूबे के, उनकी सलाह है, मगर मैं फारूक साहब को कहना चाहता हूं और आप सबको विशेष करना चाहता हूं, बात करनी है तो मैं मेरे घाटी के भाइयों और बहनों के साथ बात करूंगा, घाटी के युवाओं के साथ। मैं क्यों न बात करूं? आप हम चाहते हैं कि हम आपके साथ बात करें, इसीलिए मैं जब युवाओं से बात कर रहा था, मैंने कहा था कि मैं घाटी के युवाओं के साथ दोस्ती करना चाहता हूं। मेरा हाथ मैंने घाटी के युवाओं के साथ दोस्ती का लंबा किया और मुझे भरोसा है कि हमारे नियत में कोई खोट नहीं, हमारे मन में कोई बुरा भाव नहीं है।
Home Minister Amit Shah today paid tributes to 40 CRPF jawans who were killed in 2019 Pulwama terror attack. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha also laid a wreath at the memorial, paying tributes to the martyrs of the Pulwama attack. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that India's defence exports have grown by 334% in the last 5 years, and now the country is exporting to more than 75 countries. Addressing the Ambassadors Roundtable Conference on Def Expo 22 in New Delhi, Mr. Singh said India's export performance is a strong indicator of the quality and competitiveness of the defence products. He said India is ready to meet the defence requirements of other nations. Mr. Singh said the government is committed to supporting the growth of defence modernization and capabilities. The minister said India has increased the defence capital outlay in the annual budget of 2021-22 by 18.75% from the preceding year. This is the highest ever increment in the last 15 years. Mr. Singh said the government has taken several initiatives to modernize the armed forces and produce high quality and cost-effective weapon systems and platforms.
Ministry of Textiles has approved the pilot project on skilling of design and commissioning technical personnel associated with application of geotextiles in infrastructure projects. The project will be conducted concurrently by Indian Institute of Sciences Bangalore, Indian Institute of Technology Madras and Indian Institute of Technology Roorkee. The coordinating faculty of the concerned fields of engineering will look after the implementation of the special courses in consultation with the other concerned centres. Ministry of Textiles will coordinate for all matters related to conducting of these courses. A batch will consist of minimum 75 to a maximum 100 candidates, and during the pilot phase, 2 batches are scheduled for each of these 3 institutes.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches 64,000 crore rupees mega health infrastructure mission, also inaugurates 9 medical colleges in Uttar Pradesh. Home Minister Amit Shah extends his Jammu and Kashmir visit and spends night in CRPF camp at Letpura in Pulwama, says he will talk to the youth of Kashmir and not Pakistan. India's defence exports grew by 334% in last 5 years. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says India is ready to meet defence requirements of other countries. India's vaccination coverage crosses 102 crore 96 lakh mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.18%. Uttar Pradesh becomes first state to fully vaccinate 3 crore people against coronavirus. Southwest monsoon withdraws from the entire country. IMD terms it 7th most delayed withdrawal since 1975. Developed countries push $100 billion climate finance target deadline to 2023. And in cricket, Afghanistan thrashed Scotland by 130 runs in their debut match of T20 World Cup.
India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 102 crore and 96 lakh mark. Out of the total vaccination, more than 72 crore 7 lakh doses have been given as first dose, while over 30 crore 98 lakh doses have been administered as second dose. The Health Ministry said more than 58 lakh 87,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday. The ministry said 18,762 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours, and the national recovery rate stands at 98.18%. Till now, more than 3 crore 35 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19.
मिलकर विश्व बचाएं सबकी जिम्मेदारी, ये संकट दूर भगाएं।
Uttar Pradesh has become the first state in the country to fully vaccinate 3 crore people against coronavirus. The state is also number 1 in total COVID vaccination with more than 12 crore 65 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered so far. We have more from our correspondent.
Yesterday, only 2 new cases of COVID infection have been found in the state, which is lowest in recent times. On the other hand, after getting information about the infection of Zika virus in one person in Kanpur, the health department of the state conducted survey in 1 kilometer radius of the location of the infected person. DG Health of the state said that government is identifying people having symptoms of fever in 1 kilometer radius area and getting them tested for Zika virus. Meanwhile, Union Health Ministry has rushed a high-level multidisciplinary team to a state after getting information regarding a case of Zika virus in 57-year-old male from Kanpur. The person was tested positive for Zika virus disease on 22nd October. The team shall work closely with the state health department, take a stock of the situation on the ground and assesses whether the Union Health Ministry's action plan for Zika management is being implemented. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
On 26th October 1947, Jammu and Kashmir acceded to the Union of India after Maharaja Hari Singh signed the Instrument of Accession, which was accepted by India's last Governor-General, Lord Mountbatten, on 27th October. Early in the morning on 27th October, the Indian Army's 1st Sikh Battalion was airdropped in Srinagar, where they resisted the tribal invasion supported by Pakistan.
As the tribal invaders captured Uri and Baramulla with minimal resistance from the Maharaja's forces, the fall of Srinagar looked imminent. On 24th October, Maharaja Hari Singh appealed to India for military assistance to stop the aggression. The request was considered on 25th October 1947 in a meeting of India's Defence Committee headed by Lord Mountbatten. The committee comprised Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Baldev Singh, Gopalaswamy Iyengar and the British commanders-in-chief of the Army, the Air Force and the Navy. The committee concluded that the most immediate necessity was to rush arms and ammunition already requested by the Kashmir government.
The Defence Committee sent VP Menon, Secretary of the Ministry of the States, to Srinagar to make an on-the-spot study the same day. He returned to New Delhi the next day with his impressions and suggested sending troops to Kashmir, pointing out the supreme necessity to save Kashmir from raiders. Menon was then flown to Jammu to advise the Maharaja about the government's view, and that's when the Maharaja finally signed the Instrument of Accession on 26th October. The day is celebrated as Accession Day.
26th of October is the birth anniversary of the legendary freedom fighter and eminent journalist Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi. He was born on the 26th of October 1890 at Attar Suya in Prayagraj district of Uttar Pradesh. After finishing school, Vidyarthi enrolled at Kayasth Pathshala College but was unable to graduate since he had to support his family of humble means. He went on to become a clerk, but his real passion lay in journalism. Later on, he began writing for Karma Yogi, the publication founded by Pandit Sundarlal, a leader of the revolutionary Ghadar movement. At the age of 23, Vidyarthi, however, quit the publication and moved to Kanpur, where he started his own Hindi weekly, Pratap, in 1920.
The same year, he was sentenced to 2 years rigorous imprisonment for championing the cause of peasants of Rai Bareli. He was released in 1922, but was immediately sent to jail again for allegedly delivering a seditious speech at Fatehgarh. He wrote extensively not only about the freedom struggle, but also about social inequality in the society.
Vidyarthi also used journalism to develop critical thinking among the masses. He was a champion of communal harmony and played a leading role in forming an organization called Hindustani Biradari. It organized programs on communal harmony and joint celebrations of various festivals. Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi was a member of the Indian National Congress and an ardent follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Over time, he became an influential leader during the non-cooperation movement. He took a leading role in the Home Rule movement of 1917-18 and led the first strike of textile workers in Kanpur.
Immediately after the execution of Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru, a riot broke out in Kanpur. Called the Lion of Kanpur, Vidyarthi took upon himself to calm communal passion running high and stop rioting. Unfortunately, he was killed in the riots on 25th March 1931, 2 days after the hanging of the 3 revolutionaries. Paying tribute to Vidyarthi, President Ramnath Kovind said he sacrificed his life to douse the flames of hatred during communal violence.
In pursuance of his dream of a strong and united India, he sacrificed his life for peace and non-violence like a true disciple of Mahatma Gandhi.
Mourning the loss of Vidyarthi, who was merely 40 years of age at the time of his death, Mahatma Gandhi wrote in The Young India, "The death of Vidyarthi was one to be envied by all."
In memory of the celebrated journalist, the Government of India instituted the prestigious Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi Award to recognize outstanding contribution in the field of Hindi journalism. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Welcome back to the morning news. A week ahead of the COP26 summit, UK, which holds the presidency of the summit, published a climate finance delivery plan to provide clarity on when and how developed countries will meet the $100 billion climate finance goal. The new outlook states that the goal will be met from 2023. This is 3 years later than what was committed to by the developed countries at the Paris summit in 2015. Developed countries committed to a goal of mobilizing jointly $100 billion a year by 2020 to address the needs of developing countries in the context of meaningful mitigation actions and transparency on implementation.
In cricket, Afghanistan thrashed Scotland by 130 runs in their debut match of the T20 World Cup in Sharjah last night. Opting to bat first after winning the toss, Afghanistan posted a score of 190 runs for 4 wickets, with the help of Najibullah Zadran's 59 and Rahmanullah Gurbaz's 46 runs. For Scotland, Safian Sharif picked up 2 wickets. Today, South Africa will take on West Indies at 3:30 p.m. in Dubai, while Pakistan will play against New Zealand at 7:30 p.m. at Sharjah. All India Radio is broadcasting ball-by-ball commentary of the World Cup matches.
Southwest monsoon withdrew from the entire country yesterday. According to India Meteorological Department, it was the 7th most delayed withdrawal of monsoons since 1975. Simultaneously, the northeast monsoon rain commenced over extreme South Peninsular India from yesterday. The northeast monsoon, which brings rainfall to the southern states from October to December, is likely to be normal this year, IMD said. Talking to AIR, Director General IMD, Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra said, this is for the 3rd consecutive year that the country recorded rainfall in the normal or above normal range.
Southwest monsoon has withdrawn from the country on 25th of October. Simultaneously, northeast monsoon has set in and northeast monsoon rains have commenced over southeast peninsular India, including South Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, Kerala, and southern parts of Karnataka. Southwest monsoon इस बार देश में नॉर्मल रहा और 99% of long period average बारिश रिकॉर्ड किया गया 5 जून से 30 सितंबर तक। इसके बाद अक्टूबर महीना में भी अच्छा बारिश रहा पूरी कंट्री में अभी तक और नॉर्मल से 42% ज्यादा बारिश अक्टूबर महीना में अभी तक रिकॉर्ड किया गया है।
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar will have a partly cloudy sky with temperature hovering between 5 and 18 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky. Leh has a forecast of clear sky. Gilgit will have mainly clear sky with temperature hovering between 7 and 20 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad is likely to experience thunderstorms. The national capital Delhi will have mainly clear sky. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky and Chennai may experience generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. The lead headline in the Asian Age reads, No dialogue with Pakistan on Jammu and Kashmir. Government to talk to Kashmiris, says Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The Indian Express calls his assertion, Shah's Man Ki Baat. The Indian Army has detected intensified patrolling in sensitive areas across the border in Arunachal Pradesh by the Chinese People's Army, reports Hindustan Times. The WHO will meet today to consider emergency use listing of India's indigenous COVID vaccine, Covaxin, reports the Tribune. The Times of India quotes a study that reveals that 25% eateries closed in financial year 2021 due to COVID. Bringing huge relief to the ravaged aviation, travel and hospitality sectors, travel for business has taken off again, writes Business Standard. Airfares skyrocket ahead of Diwali, prices zoom 100%, reports the Hindu Business Line.
Before we end the bulletin, a reminder of today's question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. As per the Flag Code of India, what is the ratio of the length to width of our flag? May I repeat the question? As per the Flag Code of India, what is the ratio of the length to width of our flag? WhatsApp your response on 8826546262. That is 8826546262. Or through email on Amrit Mahotsav quiz at prasarbharati.gov.in. Amrit Mahotsav quiz at prasarbharati.gov.in. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches 64,000 crore rupees mega health infrastructure mission, also inaugurates 9 medical colleges in UP. Home Minister Amit Shah extends his J&K visit and spends night in CRPF camp at Lethpora in Pulwama, says he will talk to the youth of Kashmir and not Pakistan. India's defence exports grow by 334% in last 5 years. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says India is ready to meet defence requirements of other countries. India's vaccination coverage crosses 102 crore 96 lakh mark. Uttar Pradesh becomes first state to fully vaccinate 3 crore people against coronavirus. Southwest monsoon withdraws from the entire country. Developed countries push $100 billion climate finance target deadline to 2023. And in cricket, Afghanistan thrashed Scotland by 130 runs in their debut match of T20 World Cup. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.